welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to give you a channel update, sort of show you where we're at with some of the builds that we've still got ongoing, which will most likely roll into next year, which is just around the corner. Plus, you know, future builds, some running videos and stuff like that. But before we go any further, I'd just like to wish all you guys, well, it's gone now, but hopefully you all had a very Merry Christmas. Thanks for sticking around. We've got a whole lot of stuff. Hopefully this video is not going to be too boring for you, but without any further ado, I think we should just move on with the video and start on this next project. Right, the hydroplane. Actually, before we go any further, the order you see in this video doesn't necessarily mean that that's the order that the videos are going to go in, so we'll just mix it up and see what happens. Alright, the gas hydroplane. I haven't had this thing on the channel for quite some time now. Having to take this out for a spin is kind of challenging, being able to find a place to run it, but hopefully in the upcoming videos early next year, fingers crossed, we get this bad boy back out and on the water. The purpose though we got here is what I have now. I did order this a little while ago. This is actually a pump for these style boats. It actually takes place, you pull your carby off, and it's got an isolator block in there with a tapped fitting in it. Basically it's like a pulse pump. Picks up a pulse from the intake of your carby, and then the whole idea is that it sucks water from your water pickups, wherever they may be. So while it's idling in the water, as these boats have got a centrifugal clutch. So as you'd be aware, when the engine's sitting there idling, you're not moving, so there's no movement to force water up through the hoses. Now that's where this pump comes in. So like I said, the whole idea is for it to suck water out of the outlet here, and there's another one on this side, so it can still be water cooled while it's idling in the water. So this will be a video, well, it's obviously going to be a video, but I haven't fitted one of these before, guys, so we can learn about this together. We'll do a step-by-step thing along with it, because like I said, I've never done this before, so we can learn together. And then we'll test it. We'll put it in my pool, we'll sit it there idling, and we'll test to make sure that the water is sucking through or pumping through, and hopefully we'll all be sweet. So that's about it for this guy. Like I said, we'll try and get some video running footage of this thing, whether it be before this or after, who knows. So that being said, let's move on to the next one. Guys, up next we got the Kraken SX5, which as you can see, I have started with regards to cutting out the new panels and fitting them up to the cage. I've got new shocks. Well, sorry, they're not new, but another set of shocks here I'm going to run with. I got valve plates and O-rings and stuff coming. I may have to drill the valve plates out because I'm going to run some silicone oil this time around, and it's a bit thicker, so we see how that goes. Keeping with the hostile rear carriers, extended hubs, and still got the 9mm dog bones in the back, so we're going to keep all that. Then as we go across the front here, new set of boots for the dog bones, new shock boots. Like I said, we're waiting on the rest of the stuff, the O-rings and that for the shocks. The rear, I think that's one of your rear supports that goes on the chassis in behind the transmission. So carbon fibre bits was something I was going to try out this time around to see how we go. So we've got the rear upper plate, the front upper plate, and these two here for the front hinge pin set. So you got your lower one and your upper one for to attach your arms and all the rest of it, which go in the front in here. One here, one up the top. Waiting on a couple other pieces. That goes either side of your engine and your clutch bell housing on the other side. So there's still a couple of bit more carbon fibre bits to come. I do want to do a chassis and an engine plate in carbon fibre as well, but they're a bit pricey so we'll probably get to them down the road. New clutch bell and a clutch bell carrier. Throttle linkage. Now, got a new one for here because of I put the one off me Kraken onto the 5B build. Also goes with the servo, which I put out of here onto the 5B. So we've got a new, it's just your standard size one, like your 8 scale, 10 scale. It's for the throttle. Metal geared 20 kg servo, should have ample for the throttle. Exhaust couplers, they come as a pair, so we've got a spare. New clutch. What else we got? Oh yeah, brakes. So there's a brake set there, a couple of shims. A lot of this stuff's from RC World, guys. They're pretty good. Prices are pretty competitive. Now, new tank. The tank has just got the twin hole grommet in the tank here. I may switch it out to a 3 so I can put a breather in like I did on me 5B, but see how we go, time permitting on that one. And here we are here. Now these are the heavy duty nylons, front and rear suspension. You got your uppers and lowers, and in here you can see that there, your little cover that goes on the bottom underneath where the shock mounts. And why yellow? Well, yellow is part of the theme of this new build, so you'll see once the paint job happens as to why I've gone yellow. Now the wheels, I got a new set of wheels for this, guys. I liked the style, like a star type sort of pattern, a bit more like a mag wheel kind of thing. But I seen them, I thought they were pretty cool, something different. So I guess we're going to find out how strong they are through here. They look pretty good. So I guess we'll try it out. Now that's yellow also. Yellow being part of the paint scheme, and you will find out. I won't say too much more about it later on. The only difference is this yellow is a little bit different to that, so it's a bit brighter here than here. But if it doesn't look any good, maybe I'll order a brighter set later on. But one of the colours in the paint job is very close to this colour here, so we'll see how it all looks when we get it all together. Tyres, they look like Hostiles, but they're not. These are, it just says on here X-Max Racing, but they're not for an X-Max. That's just the brand of tyre, but very similar to, almost identical looking to the Hostiles. Same with the fronts, same style, knobby pattern. These ones are actually from Mad Max, so I'm going to try them out. I haven't used Mad Max before, so let alone front knobbies, so I guess we'll try that out and we'll see how we go. Now the engine, me 45. This is the pipe I'm going to run with it. I have rebuilt this engine. The only thing is I didn't post a video on it because I accidentally deleted it when I was trying to make some space. But anyway, so new piston ring, you know, all the works. It's had a bit of internal work done with the ports and transfer ports and all that sort of stuff, so keen to see how this actually goes now. It's been run in, and that's what I had in the 5T actually, so I'm sort of keen to see how it actually really reacts now that we can actually lean on it a bit, you know, and give it some curry and see what happens. But that being that, guys, paint job, like I said, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, whether I do the paint job on this as a separate video to the build part, or maybe it'll be piece by piece during the build, with where the paint is at and where it goes and how I do it. So if you want to see a separate video of just the paint job, guys, put a note in the comments and we'll go from there. But anyway, that's enough for this one. Look, I think it's time we move on to the next thing. Okay, my Baja 5T. We haven't been running this thing for a little while. I mean, I did have my 45 in here just for breaking it in, and don't really know what we're going to do with this thing now. I want to do a change, but I like the way it looks. I mean, it was running these tyres, and you know, you guys that would follow the channel would have seen it. And like this body, it's the Desert Rat from Proline. Pretty tough, as you would have probably seen in the intro. That this thing gets knocked around and it handles it. It's pretty thick. I mean, recommend it for because it's designed for a Baja. They are great, and I do like the look. It's got some upgrades already on it, mainly to the front end. Actually, the rear shock uprights on the back is Team Chase. So it's got alloy shock towers in the front, RPM arms, upper and lowers, you know, all that sort of good stuff. So I do want to do something with this. I was toying with the idea of maybe getting the Baja cage, you know, like I think it's the HPI version or the Team Chase, they do a cage. I don't know. I don't have an engine to go in here, so maybe a big bore. I don't know. If I put a big bore, I've got to upgrade everything on the back end. So I don't know. We'll just see. See what happens in the future. But let me know what you think, guys, and put a comment down below. What do you reckon we should do with this bad boy? I'm sort of keen to see it run still with the same body for the time being, but we'll see what happens. But this will be a project that'll probably be, you know, after a couple of others, I would say. But so that's the 5T. So let's move on to the next one. The big one. One I've been wanting to do for a long time. I finally got the 5T, the Lossy 5T. I've had it for a little bit, but only recently started to strip it out. So, you know, there's the whole rear end. The rear shocks are in there. Pull the centre diff out, give it to a mate. I mean, his centre diff assembly is shot, and there was a couple of nice bits of upgrade alloy on top, so give it to him to use. The other thing is I pulled out the front diff, the whole front diff assembly. Now, with the shafts and all the rest of that, I tell you what, there's a fair bit of weight in that. I mean, that's going to make a significant difference. It just goes to show how heavy these trucks really are. I mean, if I had some scales, I could weigh that, but a lot of you Lossy boys or Raven guys would know what that is, or how heavy that is. So that's a fair bit come out. Still using the original housing due to shock tower, mounting points and all that. But what I am going to do is get a couple of grommets to put in the holes on either side of the housing so we don't get any more crap in there. And with regards to the body, I'm going to go with the 30° north body panels because they fit straight on here. Colour wise, I'm not too sure because they do, what do? They do black, white, orange, or light blue, and what's the other one? I think it's like a dark pink. Someone said magenta, but I don't know. It's like I call it dark pink. Two of the guys in our group has that whole kit with the cage and everything same colour as the panels. I don't know. I can find out, but I call it dark pink. So one of the guys, he's painting his, and the other guy is just going to use it as is, and maybe he might put a wrap on it or something. There's a third guy that has the 30 north panels. It's black. So I don't know whether I should go the same colour, go black, or whether I just choose a different colour, something just to be different. Outside of that, pretty much, I've got some of the bits. There's still some bits coming, as in a rear transmission. That's still, actually I haven't even ordered that. I have to order the rear tranny for that. We've got the rear lowers, alloy parts, and the rear uppers. And there's the rear the rear shock tower brace, and then the two alloy, I don't know what you call those. They're part of this, so they're all to do with your rear shock tower. Then you've got these two little braces, which actually go up into here, sort of like that, as a strut brace type thing. Rear top plate with the pretty much there's these little spaces in there too. That's actually handy because I don't have any spare ones. So they got the brake plate and the little spaces to go under it, along with your hardware. New brake and hex. It's got the little fan in the middle. Extended hexes. Now with these, I'm not too sure which way I'm going to go with them. I may get a different type, or I may want a bit more spacing, like a bit wider stance. I don't know. We'll see how we go with regards to what engine I end up using. Then we've got all these braces here from Area RC, The one that goes around your tank and the two ones that hook attached to your motor, engine. Now, wheels. So these wheels, as you would have seen just before, they're the same as the ones I'm using on my Kraken. So there they have it. The only difference is I might do a different look with the wheel with regard maybe different bead locks, or might paint the face of these silver or something. I don't know. We'll see how they look when we get them mounted. As for a big bull driving these, maybe I might destroy them. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But we'll see. We'll see how we go with those. Now, the other thing that I've also got is the radio. It's the Fly Skies 3-channel setup for it, which I've run these before. Quite happy with them. They work fine. So I've got a new one for this. The only thing left to discuss about this thing is, when is it going to happen? Well, look guys, I'm going to say I'm not 100% sure. I mean, these engines, I do have an engine in mind, but I'm not going to say what it is. I'll let that be a surprise when I do the build. I'm sorry that I can't start it straight away, because these big bore engines are pretty expensive. Like I said, I do have one in mind that I want to do, but this will be next year. Hopefully, the first half of next year will be nice. But as soon as I get the engine and all the rest of the bits I need, there's still a few more things I need to get, I will start the build straight after. So hopefully it's going to be soon. But anyway, so that's it guys. For this, I'll keep you posted when this thing happens, and stay tuned. Looks like that's about it for this video guys. In between all that you just saw, whatever, there's nearly 12 months worth of viewing right there, pretty much. But nah, just kidding. Hopefully we can get through them all in a timely fashion, is what my plan is. But who knows, you know, with work and all the rest of that stuff going on. I'd just like to thank you all for sticking around, and hopefully I can keep the content coming and keep you entertained for at least the next 12 months anyway. So in between all these videos, I'm going to try and put a bit more running footage out in the paddock, bashing, whatever. Every time we go for a spin, I might try and see if we can put a video up. So hopefully we can keep that coming. And on top of all that, just before we go guys, like I said earlier, I hope you've had a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year, because that's just around the corner. So I'm getting ready. Hope you guys are getting ready. Bring in the new year. So thanks a lot guys. Really appreciate all the subscribers, or even the new subscribers. Greatly appreciate the support. And remember, it's time to play. Get your gear, get your cars, get out there. Go and have some fun guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you then.